All right, let's. Hello and welcome to the most epic. That was Dimu. She was not too excited about me starting this with her. She thought I was just chilling. Anyway, welcome to the most epic adventures. I'm your host, Rob Zip, and today we're going to be joined by Joey B and Azalee from the Full Terror Assault Open Air in Southern Illinois. And sorry, I was ripping some CDs also. So they will be joining us shortly. They've got some other things going on, I guess. But I like to start things on time. So here I am, even though I'm doing some other shit. Anyway, so this is the Most Epic Adventures. And since it's a heavy metal travel show, and right now there's not much travel going on and there aren't many shows happening. But things being canceled left and right. Full Terror Assault Open Air in September in Cave in Rock, Illinois at the Hog Rock Ranch will be happening. Hey, we got we got Azalee here. How's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Fantastic. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem. I was just kind of giving a little intro about what's going on with the Full Terror Assault Open Air. I'm wearing the I've never the party crew shirt. This is, I think, the first time I've actually wore this. I don't drink. I feel like
I was gonna wear not that one. I was gonna wear the one from year 2 or 3 today, and I'm like, nah, that's a little overkill.
I always like to wear something that's representative of who I'm talking with, if I can. So, like I said, I'm wearing this one. The other shirt I have from FTA 5 is a long sleeve, and it's kind of warm in my house. It's like 9. Well, I shouldn't talk about the weather. That's bad. It's an old man form to talk about the weather.
No. I mean, it's good. I'm happy that it's getting nicer outside because I obviously being crammed up inside. Because in Chicago, it's been really rainy and just kind of shitty. So it was nice today. So I took a nice walk with my dog. So
nice. So Joey's not here yet. So let's just chat with you.
Okay.
So tell me, what do you do for the festival?
Well, so I basically do a little bit of everything, or a lot of bit of everything. What Joey doesn't have a chance to get to, I kind of just fall in line and do that. I was originally supposed to simply just do social media for them. But when I started working with him, I noticed that, he's basically like a one-man team. We have some people that come in and help us a little bit here and there, but essentially it's him. So I kind of just try to take as much off of his plate as I can when I can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a whole lot of everything. So that's why I'm glad that you got, both of you guys, agreed to come on tonight to talk about what's going on. And I know, so you're in Chicago yourself, and you do a lot of concert stuff, right?
Yeah, that's how I make a living, basically. I do a lot of concert, I do a lot of festival work. Just about anything in the live event industry. I'll basically be in it. It's I mostly do merch, but I'm also like a stagehand. I'll do box office managing. I'll do, I don't know, production, any type of work that they need me. I'll be production assisting. Yeah.
And so, I mean, with all the shows being shut down and canceled right now, what have you been doing?
Honestly, I kind of just been working on FTA, on the back end of FTA, making sure social media is up to date. But really, every single thing that I was on has been halted. I was gonna, right now, I think I was supposed to be just coming back from Georgia or probably New Orleans. I was supposed to work shaky knees and shaky boots in Atlanta, and then some other stuff but honestly, obviously everything's canceled. So I've just been kind of keeping busy with Full Terror Assault. And then I also work on another festival called Ruido Fest, and it's like a Latin, an alternative Latin festival here in Chicago. And I was kind of doing some stuff for them this year. It was supposed to be my summer project, but since all of this is like kind of weird, we're not 100% sure what's going to happen. But I've kind of been just kind of like finishing off some of those projects that I needed to get done there. Other than that, I've been, deep cleaning my house. I've been making embroidery bracelets, and I've been binging The Real Housewives of wherever the hell.
The Real Housewives of wherever the hell.
Yep.
Well, Joey's messaging me saying he's trying to log on now. I'm not sure. And then he's typing something else out.
Let's see.
So you're selling some T-shirts too, right?
Oh yeah, I am also selling some T-shirts. I used to sell T-shirts like right as I graduated from high school, and I still have like a huge, like not a huge stockpile, but I have like a large amount left because I kind of, as I started like traveling more, I kind of like closed my shop because I just wasn't able to keep up with the shipping commitment.
Right.
But I brought it back up. Yeah.
What's the link for that? I'll type it up.
Here, I'll shoot it in the chat. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, put it in the chat, and then I'll put it on the screen.
Thank you.
No problem. So you've been traveling a lot. Well, I mean, obviously right now, but at the start of this, you were kind of stuck somewhere.
I was in Madrid, and I was supposed to be there for like 2 months, and literally, so everything, they started closing places in Spain, but more in like the east part of Spain, and like a friend that I have out there that I was hanging out with, like she's from like the Basque country, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go with my parents because because we're not sure what's happening. And then as she was gonna go, they closed the town down, so she couldn't leave. And I literally I spent hours that first day trying to figure out what I was gonna do. It was a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, and then like on Thursday I had to like call someone here to put me on, like to get me to American Airlines because the Spanish American Airlines was not working, or they weren't picking up. So I had to like do this whole like be on video chat and then put the phone close to my phone so that I could call American Airlines and get my flight out by Sunday.
Now, were you trying to speak in English, Spanish, or burp?
All three.
For those who don't know, Azalee has a great YouTube where she goes around the world and just burps. You and your friend, you just burp, and it is. I don't know. I am enthralled. I've watched your videos over and over again because I don't know why. It's such a weird thing.
I don't know either. Like we posted one this is how the first time I went to Spain, I met a friend who's the girl that I was just speaking about, and we wanted to go to like a couple like heavy metal festivals. And so one was like in East Spain, one was in like the northern part of Spain, et cetera, et cetera. So like we're kind of like, oh, we should make a little travel vlog. We didn't know what to do, so we just ended up doing a burping thing. And it's weird because they have like the one from London or something has like close to 10,000 views, and I'm like, that's super random. We just for the hell of it. I don't know. People are weird, but we have fun doing it.
Well, I enjoy it, and it's cool. It's cool that you've continued to do that on your travels. I mean, it's like your niche now.
Apparently so. I mean, she's way better at it. She can burp without like drinking anything. Me, not so much. But I'm slowly trying to practice. So hopefully one day.
I mean, yeah, you've taken like drinks of Coke or whatever.
Yeah.
And she just goes.
Yeah, it's my thing. It's my thing. Yeah. I can't do it. Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's wild. Like there's been some burps where we haven't caught on camera, but she's just it's quite scary.
It's quite scary. Oh, that's funny. Well, Joey says he's downloading Chrome. His Mac not supported. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. StreamYard is really easy to use. I mean, did you have any
Yeah.
problems getting
Um,
on?
no, it was asking me on my computer I was gonna do it originally on my phone, and it just prompted me to go to like the Safari, but I just got on my computer instead, and I'm on Chrome, so I'm
Yeah.
no issue.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like people tried to use. I think someone tried to use an Internet Explorer once and it didn't work. So
That's still around. Damn.
yeah. I mean, we still use it sometimes at work.
Oh,
So
weird. Do you guys have AOL emails as well, or?
no, I have a Disney email address.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny. That's really
yeah,
funny.
it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm a Disney princess.
I can tell. I can tell.
So I wanted to wait for Joey to ask this, but
Mhm,
well, I'll wait for him. We'll I mean, so you said it's been raining. And you got out today and took a little walk with the dogs.
mhm.
Um, so I've been getting a lot of messages about concerts that they haven't mentioned. They finally like today mentioned that they are postponing, or
Right.
it's kind of sucks. Like so they're postponing the concerts, so that's a way for them to say, okay, we're not going to give you your money back.
Right. Well, it's difficult because as someone who works in this,
Mhm.
it's hard because you obviously want to like fulfill your commitment to the fans, but
Right.
you also need to make sure that you keep that money to like stay afloat. It's just a very tricky situation, quite frankly, and I'm really hoping that if for any reason we do have to postpone FTA, like that the assaulters are going to be kind to us and let us keep that money, and like because I feel like everyone who's bought tickets, aside from a few people, are really dedicated to the fest already
Yeah.
and like will want to like support us through the time and just I mean they're gonna come the next time it happens anyway. So and I
Right.
feel like for a lot of people, unless they're like in a really tough spot, I feel like they're gonna like if they're in a really tough spot or they paid a lot of money for the event that has been canceled, they're just gonna let the money stay there because like I mean, what's $100 to someone that already spent that money anyway?
I mean, I suppose. I mean, there are definitely some people there that it's like their only show that they go to.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
because it is a festival and there are a lot of bands, and some of the people are coming from some small towns in the area
Mhm.
that they don't get these bands there. So this is like a big deal to them,
Yeah.
without a doubt. So yeah, you got definitely have some lifers there,
Yeah.
and I mean, I paid a lot more than $100.
Well, yeah, no, I understand that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, for example, for the VIP people, we don't have
Like me.
a large VIP like setup. So
Yeah,
like
it's like 5 or 6,
right,
right?
exactly. So it's like I think we have about 16, but that's still like really
Okay.
small compared to like other events. And like the perks and stuff that you guys get are pretty good compared to some other events as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not saying that like people don't want their money back at all, but I'm just saying that it's like for the majority of people that did buy our tickets, I feel like they're probably like in it. I mean, some people are even saying, "Hey, we'll go even if like the virus is still rampant." So it's like we can have some diehard followers, but I do understand like we obviously want to be fair and understand circumstances and we're an independent festival and it's like the same way that we
Yeah.
need the money, we understand that like the people who spent like that money obviously if
Yeah.
they are asking for it is because they need it,
Right. And
so
I understand it's like this is like basically like your job, and this is a big part of Joey's job as well. I would
yeah.
assume. I mean, I know you guys work on this year round, trying to get bands and everything in.
Hmm.
So yeah, I know like one of the venues here in town, like for some of the concerts, they were asking if you wanted to just donate the money back to the venue to help
Hmm.
help out their staff because they're not able to pay the staff
Right.
because they usually work per event, I guess.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
pretty like I mean, I'm a freelancer, so for
yeah,
me, it's like I had all this work lined up and it all went away. So I really, unless when some events happen, it's really like I mean, obviously, like the people who work in this industry know that we need to save our money because it's very like cyclical, I suppose, but still it's like it's event to event for the most part that we're like saving our money. And like this season, like we really our busy season is like starting from like April to August, and we're right in the middle of that.
Right. So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull up the Shum. Here's the website here. Here's what we got right now. Hopefully Joey will come in sometime soon. But I'll scroll up a little bit so you can see September 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Cave in Rock, Illinois at the Hog Rock Campground. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at FTA Open Air. What's going on with the Twitter and the Instagram?
The Instagram's cool. The Twitter, something that happened with the Twitter is we had an old account that got hacked. So I mean, we still send people to that one, but it's actually FTA _open air.
Okay.
For the Twitter, but the rest of them is like correct.
And you got some sponsors. You got Failure Records and Tapes. They were there last year.
Yep.
The Record Farm. I'm not sure. Oh, did Joey? Yeah, here we go.
Oh, there you go.
FTA all the way. What's up, man? How's it going? Okay, he's kind of frozen there. So his internet might not be so great. If you got a headset, maybe that might be good too. Okay, so we'll just see his pretty face down there.
Let's see how this goes.
Let's see how it goes.
He's an elusive man, I tell you.
So this is September 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. That's 4 days. What days of the week are that? That's like a
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Pretty sure.
Is that more days than last year?
So last year we had like a soft Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we had like a soft 4-day. We kind of like decided like we do 3 days that are straight up music. Usually the first day is the pre-party. So we just
back. What's up?
Hey. So
he's just walking around his house. Cool.
I'm trying to find a better place, man. Hang on 1 second here.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
get to that Wi-Fi hotspot.
That's really funny. It looks like one of those horror films.
Yeah. This happens sometimes. It's cool. I'm gonna make him. Let's.
All right, that's better. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Hi.
What's going on, man?
Oh man, you're putting my technology skills at a test here, trying to log on to this thing.
Oh, I mean, it's pretty simple though, right?
Yeah, it's a piece of cake, man. I got it.
All right. Well, I'm glad.
I make fun of him. I always call him an old man. It's showing.
That's true. What's up, man?
Well, we were just talking about Azalee, we were talking about the extra day basically that was added this year.
Yeah, actually, we added that last year. The Wednesday.
Yeah, yep. But there were no bands on Wednesday though, were there?
No, and we had talked about doing that this year, about putting some bands on a Wednesday, but then with the pandemic and everything, we kind of decided against it right now.
Okay.
So
I got you.
We've got some other plans for Wednesday. So
can you talk about any of those, or is that kind of on the down low? Can you break any news here?
I'm going to keep it on the down low right now.
All right.
Maybe we'll check back in another month, but it's in the works right now. It'll be something a little bit different than it was last year. Last year, you just came on Wednesday and kind of set up, and there wasn't really any events going on, so to speak. It was kind of a hangout and walk around. And I think we had DJ Phil.
Yeah.
I think he was later on in the evening, and then doing some things. So, but we're gonna do some different things this year on a Wednesday. Maybe next year we'll have bands. That was the intent this year, but I mean, things just kind of fell apart there, a few months back.
Yeah, absolutely. And one question a lot of people had was people were surprised that you were going forward with it.
Oh man, yeah, you can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. I mean, absolutely. I understand. I mean, like I was saying, I know this is like your job basically is putting on this festival. And and I've actually had a couple of comments on my personal. Jared Ford was like, "You can keep my money, keep my money." So you guys, you call the fans, the assaulters. You also call them lifers, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we got a pretty hardcore group of fans. It's still growing. It takes time, but the people that come every year, man, they're freaking dieharders for sure. So you can always, every year I think those people are the best way to help it grow. Because I mean, you can put your ads out on Facebook, and we're a smaller festival. We don't have the an event or a lineup like Psycho Las Vegas or something like that, where they just got so many killer acts. So the word of mouth. But the cool thing about the FTA thing is it's a little bit more laid back and a little bit more fan friendly than the other festivals. I think it's a little bit more. I wouldn't say anything goes, but it's definitely a little bit more.
It's close. It's real close.
Yeah, it's for the most part, everybody just kind of minds their own business, and there hasn't been any problems so far, so it's worked out good. I always say, tell a friend, but only tell the cool friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't want just this is kind of like our little club, so to speak.
Exactly. If you're an asshole, please just stay the hell away.
And I think, really, in all honesty, man, a lot of people, I mean, if there's a problem, you'd be surprised, man. A lot of people just handle it themselves, and work it out. But I don't even hear about it until maybe a year or two later. Oh, well, this happened. Did you know that? And I had no idea. So pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I was there last year for the first time. I found out about it. I cover the Wacken metal battle, and I met Toxic Ruin at, they won the Midwest region in Chicago. They're from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and I met them out in Los Angeles at the Viper Room, and I was talking to them about what they had going on, and they were telling me all about FTA and what an awesome time it was.
Yeah, those guys are great dudes, man. Hustlers all the way. Great band.
Yeah, and so yeah, I've been it's been great to get to know them, become friends with them, and they told me all about FTA, and I had to see it for myself.
Yeah, and I think that's the and that's the best way for it to grow and to spread. You want it to grow, but you want it to grow at a pace where you don't have a bunch of people that just show up that have no clue how to handle themselves. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So
handle your shit.
Yeah, you can always count on, when tickets go on sale. I mean, there's always that group of people and it really makes a big difference for a festival like us, where it kind of gives you a little bit of idea, how it's going to pan out. We were on track this year to really set a record.
Oh, good, yeah.
Yeah, we had a really killer lineup with Exodus and Guar, and all the strong supporters, and we got some other ones that we need to announce, but we're just kind of we're waiting for the right time right now. But we were on track, man. We were way ahead of where we were last year at this time, and then as everybody knows, things happen, but we'll be okay. We'll be all right.
Well, I think with everybody's concert plans being ruined for this summer, they've got the money to save up to come to FTA in September, right?
I hope so. I mean, it's rough out there on some people.
That's true. That's
whether
true.
You're gig workers or depending on what kind of what you got going on. I know that there some people, like even my wife. She hasn't had a check in 10 weeks now. She's been kind of waiting for the
really
first unemployment check, so to speak. You know what I mean? That hasn't ever really came, but it'll all work itself out. I'm not too worried about that right now, to be honest with you. I think everything will fall into place, and what are we still 4 months out, for crying out loud? Plenty of time.
Yeah, about 4 months.
Yeah, they just lifted all the travel restrictions here in Texas, so basically, like, we can go wherever and not have to quarantine ourselves, which I'm not sure is necessarily the best idea, but.
Well, I think it's like this. Illinois, we're one of the last states that are kind of they're kind of still kind of keeping us under the thumb. but I think that really, everybody kind of quarantined at first there, which rightfully so, just to kind of see what the what was going to happen. But I think now, if you want to open up, open up. If you want to go to a show, go to a show. If you don't want to go to a show, don't go to a show. If you got health condition, everybody's smart enough by now to know what they need to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
we can
I
only
think
hope
that,
so.
and
Well, and
metalheads, man, they're smart. They know what's up. If they're either going to come, or, if they can, if they think there's a problem, they won't come. But I don't think that, I don't think that's going to be a problem 4 months down the road.
well, like your event is on it's on private property.
Yep.
It's the owner knows the local municipality very well and has a good relationship with them, I would imagine.
Sure.
To be able to hold all, not just Full Terror Assault, but the other events that they have there. So so it's cool, yeah. And here we go. Erica says we may be still wearing masks, but we will be there.
Hey.
So
I think her Erica and her husband's been there. I think almost all 5 years, if I remember.
yeah,
So,
I believe so.
Yeah.
And here's
she's a lifer.
Tony Clem.
Yeah, Tony, that guy right there. He's one of those guys that he comes early now. Last year, Tony was one of those guys that started one of the group sites, the Full Terror Assault Friends, and there's a lot of things extra on the side. He's one of those guys that guys, I'm glad I had a chance to meet. There's a lot of people like that. You know what I mean? That just want to do stuff on their own to help promote it. It's great.
I mean, that's basically how I started. I just hit Joey up and was like, yeah I like this idea. Can I participate? And now here we are. What, 6 years later?
Yeah.
5 years later?
Yeah, here we are. 4 years later. I mean, Azalee's been helping me out since FTA 2 and got more involved in 3, 4, and 5. So I mean, anybody who wants to be a part of it, man. The cool thing is that I've got really good friends that really do a lot to help me out. That's
when we say it's DIY, it's like just a step above. Like literally, we just have like an actual production crew. Other than that, it's from fans to stage, basically.
Yeah, it's every year it seems like there's that a person or two more that comes along and wants to do a little bit extra, and I never turn down some help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had a great time. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, especially for me, driving up from Houston. But I know people drive from Arizona and Canada, and people are coming from all over to this thing. And it's worth it. It was a fun trip. Like, so I decided to put some stickers on a skate deck, right? And so, like, on my trip, I went to the famous Crossroads where Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil,
right?
The Delta Blues Museum, the Nashville Zoo, and then I made my way to Full Terror Assault. So I got my Full Terror Assault stickers right above my Vakken 2019 sticker here. Well, so these are all part of my most epic adventures. And
it is out in the middle of nowhere. I always say the good thing is it's in the middle of nowhere, and the bad thing is it's in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Hey, if the Juggalos did it, we can like the metalheads can do it even easier.
Except for the metalheads don't throw shit onto the stage.
Yeah.
We've been really good about it though. Like people have been really good about keeping the stages pretty.
Yeah. I mean, that goes back to just having that kind of organic kind of growth where the people that are there, they feel like they're a major part of it. So, I mean, even the grounds are cleaned up. I mean, everybody does a really good job down there. That's why I say, you want to grow and you want to, I mean, I'd love to see, thousands of people down there. When I first started, I thought, man, it'd be great to have one day have 10,000 people there. But, I mean, if there was even 4,000 or 5,000 that were just like the group that we have and just make it that much larger, that'd be ideal. Sometimes you get too big too quick and it's more problems and more headaches,
Yeah, absolutely. Like Like I can't imagine. I mean, I can imagine more people there than I saw last year, but I can't imagine it being like how Vakken is with 80,000 people.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Not yet, but I mean, we have the space. We have the space for it. Like that place is humongous.
it really is. I mean, I don't know if you know or not, but before the whole FTA thing, they had the gathering of Juggalos.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
right.
I think the owner was telling me when they had their big anniversary. I'm not sure what year it was. Maybe the 10-year anniversary. I think there was 12,000 people down there. 12 or 13,000. I mean, the grounds are. I mean, and most of the people that go there, they all seem to kind of hang out in one area around the stages up the hill. But I mean, if they were really to take a minute and walk around, I mean, the campgrounds are huge. I mean, you could have probably 30,000 people down there if you really wanted to do it. So.
Dustin Dubuque, he says he's a lifer and he even got an FTA tattoo.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. You know who has an FTA tattoo? The Demolition Man from Venom Inc. Like we can't stop doing FTA because then he'd look like a poser. So that's just continue forever.
Yeah, he got that, and I was like, "Holy shit! I guess I can't stop this year.
Yeah,
keep going, otherwise that tattoo would look pretty stupid."
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I mean, I've seen Dustin's tattoo, and I've seen other people get tattoos. There is a tattoo artist, at the festival.
Yeah.
I feel weird about it. You know, like how do you keep that? How do you keep it clean?
Oh, he's got his. You've seen his shop. He's it's way clean, and we have the health department down there to inspect everything prior to anything.
Well, I know,
so he's.
The shop is clean. I'm not saying anything about his setup.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying once you get the tattoo.
Well, I'm sure he has specific country rules for the tattoo. I don't know. I mean, no one has lost an arm or a leg yet, so we're good so far.
Nice. Yeah, Dustin, take a picture and post it. So you commented on my personal Facebook, so I can't show that comment on the stream. But if you post it on the Most Epic Adventure stream or on the YouTube, I can maybe show it. So, I might have to get that FTA tattoo this year. We'll see.
I'm thinking maybe 10th anniversary.
Yeah, maybe we'll put it on your back. Give you a full back piece or something.
A full back piece.
I'm just going to get your face on my back saying FTA all the way. That's obviously what I'm gonna get.
Here's the deal. I will get whatever. Okay, I just put in my PayPal address. If people donate to the PayPal address and put in FTA tattoo, whatever money I get from that, I will give to the tattoo artist, and he can make it as big as he wants.
Oh man, it's on now.
So do it.
So if you throw $20, he's not gonna even do it. But
we'll just wait we'll wait to the festival. We'll just pass a hat.
Pass a hat. You know what? If you guys want to pass a hat to get me a big ass FTA tattoo, I'm down. I'll do it.
Right on your chest.
On my chest. I already have a skull and crossbones on my
underneath.
chest.
There you go.
Underneath on my tits.
There
on my
Danny
said you done fucked up, bro.
You done fucked up. Sorry.
Oh man, get it on my throat. No regrets.
No regrets.
FTA.
Oh, you should get FTA. So we made pins and they sent us the wrong design. It says FTA Papty Crew. You should get that right here.
What is it?
It's Full Terrasol. Instead of Party Crew, it says Papty Crew. So PAPTY.
Oh yeah, that's on the pin. That's on the pin. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. A few people called you out, but I think it's funny. I think it's cool.
Hey, they fixed their mistakes, so we're good.
Right.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I'm wearing the shirt. The shirt's right.
Right.
So, and the pin is so small, you'd have to look real close to see it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's like an exclusive, one-time thing. So.
Oh, hey, Azalee, here we go. Tony.
Oh God, no! Okay, 10-year anniversary. I'm gonna try and convince Joey to do a matching FTA tattoo, but we gotta wait 4 more years.
You gotta wait 4 more years.
You have to keep coming to the fest so me and Joey can get matching tattoos.
There you go.
Nice. Well, yeah, pass around a hat and I'll get the tattoo, man.
We're gonna hook you up. Don't worry.
We'll make it
figure something
happen.
out.
I done fucked up, as he says.
Yeah,
oh
you
well.
messed up, man.
Oh well. Whatever. It's all good. I like getting tattoos. I like you guys. I like your festival. Hopefully I'll be a lifer, and
No doubt.
and it'll be good times, and I can represent and bring some more. I need to bring some more people from Texas.
Agreed.
Only the cool ones, man.
Only the cool ones. There are plenty of cool ones down here.
There you go.
There's some great bands, but I'm not going to tell you how to book. You do a great job.
We have a Texas band. Oh wait, no, they're not from Texas. Never mind. Just kidding. They're from
okay.
Colorado. We've had Texas bands on the bill, though.
Yeah, we've had a number of Texas bands.
Sure. You have in the past. Well, Billy Milano lives in Austin, so
there you go.
Yep.
So
The host is from Texas.
Yeah. So tell me about that. So he's hosting this year. Billy Milano from MOD, SOD.
Yeah. He's he came last year and played, and I didn't have a whole lot of time to talk to him, but he ended up hanging out with Tim and DJ Phil, and
here's DJ Phil just jumped in.
Hey,
and he loves it down there, man. And we talked a little bit, and he had a few ideas about coming back this year, and he wants to do like maybe like some tour stories and stuff like that, and do some hosting, and he's going to play. So he's going to be interviewing a lot of the bands. He's going to try to get an interview with he's going to even not necessarily just the larger name bands, but he's going to be talking to fans and bands and stuff like that. So it's one of those things where he's seems to be all behind it, man. He seems to like the festival and like what it's all about. So it's having Billy Milano in your corner is always good, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's gonna be like Grandpa telling us how it used to be, and so while the new kids show him how it is, and it's just like, but he is like a grandpa. He has a mouth on him, which I'm kind of scared of, but I mean that's part of his charm, I guess.
Right.
And, I mean, all in good fun, So yeah.
Well, I watched his set last year with MOD, and I tell you what, you give that guy a microphone, man, he's freaking hilarious. So I mean, I'm sure whatever he's got to say, it'll be interesting to say the least. So
for sure,
I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I think he's even talking about maybe coming down a little early and just staying, like, I wouldn't say for the week, but we start setting up the Friday before. I think he was talking about maybe coming down with Phil and Tim and hanging out with those guys maybe on like Tuesday or Wednesday. It's been a while since we've touched base, but he'll be there for sure.
Very cool. Very cool. Maybe I'll carpool with him.
There you
go. So last year you did a couple of the things that I thought were really fun. There was a great gravy chugging contest.
Yeah. So, that was just something, we I think that was the third year we did that, but it was just kind of one of those things that, I don't know, I might even it came from my buddy Mark Keister, who had the idea. I'm not sure, but he or me or somebody had talked about doing some type of crazy event about eating or drinking something, and I was like, man, some hot gravy would be great, But
So it was a brown gravy, a bottle of brown gravy, a bottle of white gravy, and a can of Miller Lite.
Yeah, it's kind of evolved over the last 2 or 3 years, but this year we'll definitely bring that back. But we do some other events. Everything's just kind of trial and error. You know what I mean? Some things work, and some things work one year, and then the next year, kind of fell a couple. Like we had a air guitar contest one year, and that went over well one year. The next year was kind of a flop. So you try things, and sometimes you hit a home run, sometimes you don't. So.
Well, and last year you did an impromptu King Diamond impersonation contest.
Yeah,
that was
that was Phil's idea, actually. The DJ, my main man, Big Phil. He, like I say, it's one of those things where Phil. I'm trying to think of some other things that he's done to where the King Diamond Scream Off was his idea,
Yeah.
and he's got some more crazy ideas for this year he wants to try to do as well. But it's one of those things. Not everything that happens is comes from myself or what. It's just Azalee will say something, or Phil will say something, or even somebody
The comments, like in the
we'll
comments.
bring something up and we'll try it. You know what I mean? So it's definitely
It's really cool because a lot of it is also just like crowd based. Like we really are in the comments kind of like looking to see what people say. We like to hear your recommendations. We like to hear like your feedback, because like this really is we just, it's for the fans. I mean, we're music lovers and we love, I mean, my favorite thing about the fest, like it can be a pain in the ass like making it happen, but it's so awesome to see someone passed out because they like got so shit. They were just so excited. Like they drank all their beer the first day, and like because they were just so excited to come back to the fest, And like I love seeing people like in the middle of the night, just like the King Diamond thing. That came from one of like, I'm pretty sure it came from this dude named Don Quixote, who would not shut the fuck up and would just keep doing that all night. And he's just so excited to be there. I don't know. He loves it. So now it became like a contest. So it's it's really cool to see how things like emerge and people like the joy on people's faces. Like, dude, it was so cool seeing people like I was about to say skydive, but people stage dive to Violence and saying like, I haven't seen them for so long and never thought this would happen. And people going on stage with what's his name from Sepultura, jumping on stage with
Max Cavalera.
Like it's really hard to like do like be at a place where like you can interact with musicians that closely, and I don't know that's cool for me too. I mean, I try to be professional and stuff, but I love Sepultura, so it's like seeing Max Cavalera up close and them being so cool, and the entire band like being so cool, and I don't know, it's pretty awesome.
Like last year, I saw Crysis at Waco in open air, and they were fucking killer. And then when I saw that they were playing Full Terror Assault, I was freaking hyped because they are phenomenal showmen. I mean, there are tons of thrash metal bands out there, but they just fucking tear it up, man.
That goes back. That band wasn't even on my radar. That was something that Azalee came and presented.
Good job.
And like I said, I would put their set at the FTA was probably one of the top 5 of everything. I mean, they were that good. I mean, those guys are going to be they're going to be the next big thing. Whether it's 5, they're such a good group of guys, man. So laid back and so super chill, and just winners for sure.
Yeah, for me, they were one of like, I've been kind of trying to push for them for a bit. But I mean, they're from overseas, and I saw them like 5 years ago at a festival, and they'd never come here. And the coolest thing was that they've never come here either, and it was their first show here, but they were just as excited to be at the fest and meet everyone and engage. And to me, that was my favorite part. Like, not only did they have a badass show, and like, holy shit, I was like stunned with how they fucking handled that big ass stage. They made that stage their bitch. I mean, I don't it was
they were impressive. And even the the guy who Tim, my partner in crime, Tim, he watched him and he's like, man, those guys were just phenomenal,
Wait, is that is that this guy right here?
No,
that's your guitar player.
No,
right?
That's Kevin, isn't it?
Kevin, that's Kevin.
That's my other partner in crime. Yeah. That's Kevin. That's one of the guys that he's part of that group that goes down every year, and he goes there and helps out. And there's a handful of my friends that take time off work, come down, they party and stuff, but they also they're tearing down stages, setting stuff up, just working it. But it's pretty fortunate to have a good core group like that really helps out.
Definitely.
So.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I mean, like I was saying with the Crysis, like when they got there, I got to talk. I mean, I knew who they were because I had seen them. So when I saw him, I was like, hey guys, I'm so excited to see you guys. I got to talk to him for a little bit. And, some of the other bands, it seemed like super accessible. Like we were hanging out with Mike from Ringworm. He was shit faced almost the whole time, but he got up on stage and he fucking tore it up, and he was partying with everybody else when he wasn't on stage. The guys from Saint Breaker.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about it. I mean, people always they'll send me a message or something. Oh man, I really want to meet so and so. Can you help me out? And be like, man, he's probably just gonna be walking around, dude.
Yeah.
Hang out. If you hang out somewhere by the merch tables or whatever, I'm sure you'll run into. Most people are just walking around, just chilling. So it's not like it's really. I think everybody feels comfortable there. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and people are really like chill about coming up to musicians and stuff too. I mean, it's like they don't want to bother as much as like musicians feel comfortable going up to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Danny Terry, Saint Breaker's FTA house band. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, honestly, I have to say, in all the years that we've like had the usually the first band doesn't get as much of a crowd because everyone obviously has been shit-faced or it's just kind of early in the day and stuff. Saint Breaker had probably the biggest crowd in the like that of a first band.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Saint Breaker guys, he could chime back in, but I think that last year was the first year we rented golf carts, and I think that they got the first golf cart fatality. They wrecked it and totaled the thing. So yeah, I believe it was. I'm not sure if it was the Saint Breaker guys or if it was somebody else in their group that did that. But there's a picture somewhere of a tractor carrying it, on forks. Because it's just basically beat up, but kind of a funny story.
Yeah, it happens.
The golf carts there are pretty funny. Like Mike Corrins has that like real tricked out golf cart, the skulls and the chains and everything.
The golf cart thing, man. I tell you, is the way to go. I just got word a couple of days ago that they're at least we'll have a dozen. Where I'm trying to get 24 of them, but. I mean, they're really convenient to have around that place. I think before too long, man, I think that you're probably seeing about 100 golf carts whizzing around that thing, because you can just drive down the hill and do it, because otherwise you got to walk unless you're camped pretty close,
Yeah, I'm trying to get the boss to throw an FTA house golf cart over to me.
Yeah.
But honestly, I like walking because I eat so much that weekend. I eat a bunch of crap, so I just like getting my steps in. But maybe one of these days I'll get
I mean, from the guys I camped with last year, the Camp Grill and Chill guys, we were right there behind the failure stage.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a need for a golf cart in my opinion for us. No, I mean, the showers are right around the corner, and then the whole stage area was right behind us. So
yeah, I mean, the people that are on the hill are probably the ones that need the golf cart the most.
I saw some people
like you, man. I'd be camping like about 20 feet from where I could, just so I didn't walk that far.
I might. I'm not sure if I get there early enough, I might try to grab a little bit more secluded camp spot. Yeah. Like if I have some people with me, I might want a little bit more privacy than I had. There was like the first band. What time do the first bands usually go on? Like
noonish.
Yeah, about noon. Yeah. About noon.
Right. I don't want a big ass speaker blasting havoc right next to my tent at 8 in the morning.
Too bad. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, that's what one of these dudes did, man. He did it a couple times, and I'm like, "Come on, fucker! I'm trying to sleep." Like I understand you're all hopped up on goofballs or whatever, but I just want to sleep. Let me sleep, dude.
The best time to fall asleep at FTA is between like 5 and 7 a.m. Get a good solid 2 hours in there.
Yeah.
Let's be real. But no, honestly, we do have the room for people to really just fuck off. Like, I think maybe depending on how big it grows, it might be a good idea to have like a I want to sleep campground and like the fucking party campground, Maybe.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Maybe I should get a van down by the river.
There you go.
But honestly, like the whole thing about camping, that's why it's good. Now we have like the early bird like camping pass, so people can come and choose like the best spot choose the spot that they want. Because some people do just want to fuck off and basically build a shanty town away from everyone because they hate people and just want to listen to music.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a group of people that camp. I mean, they're all the way over there. If you go behind the failure stage, Matt Swisher, what's up? If you go behind that and you actually keep going, the Ohio River is right back there, and there's people that will camp all the way back that way toward the river, and they've camped there for years. Like the Screaming Atrocity guys, that's where they always camp back in that area. And then it's such a I don't get it because it's such a long walk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To the stage area, but I'm lazy, so whatever.
I know there's some people telling me
so much.
Yeah.
Some people were telling me about some stuff about stuff hidden near Hepatitis Pond.
So, I don't know. We need to maybe one year when it does get bigger. I mean, and then I'd like to. There's a stage over there, and the first year we actually had bands over there. That was kind of the grindcore area, but I'd like to do a belly flop contest in Hepatitis Lake.
If you provide like tetanus shots and like all the shots, I'm sure people will be down. But goddamn, I wouldn't get in it. I wouldn't encourage anyone to get in it. But hey, do whatever the fuck you want.
It's just a pool of standing water.
The COVID,
Yeah, it's soon gonna go from like hepatitis to COVID river, right? Or COVID lake, or whatever. Lake. Yeah, no, but Jesus Christ,
it's not that bad. I see people swimming in that thing all the time, man.
Yeah.
Josh was like, "That's how COVID-20 will start."
That's how COVID-20, right?
And Dustin is like, "I camp as far away from that lake as possible."
That lake is how we got the name Full Terror Assault. That basically is the Full Terror Assault. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Well, let's take a look at how do we? I don't want to remove this from the screen. I'll add this to the screen.
It's okay. We're ugly.
There
they
we
can
go.
hear us.
Yeah. No. So I'm looking at the website here. Let's go over the bands if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, everyone knows Gwar. They're a little bit different since Odor has passed, but still, the Gwar is more than one person.
They're intergalactic beings, if I'm not mistaken. I wouldn't refer to them as people.
Sure, fair enough. You're right. My mistake.
I don't offend them. Like they don't see us as a very like high. They don't see us. They don't regard us very highly. So please don't insult them. We want them to come.
And so I'm assuming they're going to be the last band that goes on Saturday night.
No.
You know what? So I guess Exodus is going to be.
Yep.
Okay, so there's going to be a mess.
It's going to be amazing. I'm hoping that we get to print out, like, we're going to probably print, like, FTA white t-shirts so that people could wear
with
the blood. And, like, I'm just, like, excited to see the showers after that. It's going to be glorious.
So we'll have Gwar on Friday night.
Okay, Friday night. Okay, that's good.
Yep, and then Exodus will be Saturday night.
Okay, so I gotcha. And we've got MOD, so no SOD stuff. He's just doing straight MOD this time.
No, he's doing. He'll do both.
He'll do both. Okay.
Yep, he's gonna do. I think he did like 50-50 last time. He'll probably do about the same.
Okay. General surgery.
Yeah, the general surgery. I might have to drop an announcement right now. It's looking grim for those guys because of all the travel restrictions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
but hold on, Europe did just say that they're trying to figure out a plan to open to tourism. So maybe, hopefully, but don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, I've already started trying to make a few plan Bs, and I've got a pretty good lock on some things, and we'll probably be announcing some things probably within a couple weeks. But I've already reached out to in all honesty, I've already talked to the guys from General Surgery, and told them that based on the travel restrictions, I don't see that probably happening this year.
Yeah.
Just because, you can't really, I know it's still 3 months ahead, but, there's a lot of logistical stuff to go into it. And I don't want to, promise they're going to be there and I have to drop it like the 2 weeks before. So I'd rather just kind of tackle it right now and move forward. So, I mean, I wouldn't really count on those guys being there at the moment. It could change, but it's looking grim for those guys, which is a drag because they're a great band. That's kind of my area right there with surgery. So,
and it would have been even cooler because they're like weird and like they throw blood too, so it would have just been more of a blood fest.
Yeah.
But we got like I said, we've got some other bands that's going to be being announced, and I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed by any means. I just think that it's probably going to have to be a lot more, kind of USA based this time around.
Any of the I'm not familiar with all these bands.
Okay.
Call me a poser, but
no, you're going to get familiar.
That's a good thing, is that, I'll be honest with you. We get so many submissions. I don't know. I mean, we probably get anywhere from 500 without, Azalee knows better than I do.
I'm the one that looks through them, so please don't send me your shitty band.
No, we get so many bands that want to play, and I'll be honest with you, man. A lot of it's looking back at the first 5 years. I didn't know all those bands, but you can usually tell right away who you want to try to get, and then you always keep an eye out for the ones that are. I'm always looking for the bands that are hustlers, man, that are just out there hungry. That's the bands that I like. That they don't mind traveling a little ways to play, and they're just all the Saint Breaker guys fit that category. The Toxic Ruin guys, those guys are just right there. They want to play, man. They no matter what. Those Saint Breaker guys have played. They come all the way from Arizona. You know what I mean? Just to play and hang out. And if they weren't playing, they'd still be there. But there's a lot of great bands that submit. And I always try to, when we look at it, there's some bands that I know that have submitted all 5 years. And I try to do my best to try to put them on and give them some respect too. It's not you got to kind of look out for those types of bands. You know what I mean? That they're hungry, they want to play. You know what I mean? It's just, it can't be that festival where just all you have is just all big level bands play, because otherwise that's you don't really build a scene that way, so to speak. You got to give those hungry bands chances to get out there, and I'll tell you, man, there's a lot of bands that have played that I think that years down the road they'll be like, I can't believe we were lucky to get those guys. There's
exactly.
So
I was looking at some of your past years. Let me see. I don't even know. It's on your website somewhere. You have
if you go under bands, it should be like the posters are right underneath.
Yeah, here we go. So let me add this to the stream. So here's this year's poster. And honestly, I don't really know. Some of these bands I've listened to a little bit, but a lot of these I don't know who they are. So
see, you have a playlist right there, and you could totally check it out.
Yeah, there we go. Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
And then so you got Full Terror Assault. Here's all the posters from all your past years. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You don't have 5 on here.
5, if you scroll, you have to click on the 4th one and then.
Okay. Well, let's look at the first year. So you had Obituary and Napalm Death. I hate God. Revocation. I love Revocation. Holy shit, man. And then there's Waco Jesus, of course.
Yeah.
Has Waco Jesus played every year?
No. We've only played, I think, twice, I believe, and I don't even know when we'll play again. It's just so much to do it. You know what I mean? To try to put it on and play it. So and not only that, man, there's so many other bands that want to play. I can't really be putting my band on there every year. That wouldn't be right. So
I get it.
Plus, who wants to see us every year, for crying out loud?
That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck likes Waco Jesus?
For those who don't know, that's Joey's band. He's the lead singer for Waco Jesus.
Yeah. But we try to mix it up pretty good. There's a lot of different styles in those posters. If you read through there and check it out, there's a little bit of everything, So
He had Iron Reagan, Abigail Williams.
That's one thing I like with Joey and I, at least like with our relationship. I'm more of a power metal head, more of like old school kind of stuff. Joey likes a lot of grind and things like that. So like I try to push some power metal on him, but he's still reluctant about it. I also try to push weird stuff on him. Like I'm trying to get him to like maybe get Mr. Bungle or the Melvins or something.
My very first tattoo is the Faith No More logo. I love Mike Patton. So if you could get Mr. Bungle, they're doing, they re-recorded the Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny with Scott Ian and Dave Lombardo.
Just saying.
And they just did Speak English or Die with Charlie Benante and Danny Leichler. Speak Spanish or Die instead of Speak English or Die.
Mm-hmm.
If you could get anything Mike Patton at Full Terror Assault,
I just want him there.
If I had a fatter wallet, man, I'd be able to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we need those early ticket sales. We need those early ticket sales. I also want him to get Perturbator or like Ghost or whatever, right? It's Ghost, whatever. Like that, like the cool electronic, like spooky DJ stuff. Like, we need those early bird sales to come in, so he'll let me be a little bit crazier with that lineup, guys. Come on.
That's going to be a tough sell for me, I think. But anyway.
ABBA. One day we'll get ABBA, guys.
ABBA. So you like the grindcore stuff. You probably like Insect Warfare. Right?
Oh yeah. I tried to get those guys a few times, man. But
they're not really around anymore.
Yeah.
But the guitarist and drummer have a death metal band called Malignant Holy shit. Yeah, Malignant Altar. Yeah, I got their sticker. Right here. Malignant Altar. The drummer, Dauber, he's also in Oceans of Slumber. And then he has a black metal band called Necrofire. He's a busy dude. But Malignant Altar are legit. I'm not trying to push any bands on you. I'm not trying to be that guy.
No.
I'm just giving you. I'm just kidding.
I'm always up for. I mean, dude, I can't keep up with all these bands and the side projects. And
exactly.
Stuff, man,
if you liked Insect Warfare, you'll love Malignant Altar.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Just what we like either. It isn't just what we like either. That's why we like the suggestions, because it's like if it was up to us, like I said, it literally would be power metal and it would be grindcore. So like,
gotta be like grindcore and a Van Halen tribute band down there,
right?
You know what I mean? It'd be like 80s rock and grindcore if it was everything that I liked,
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have it mixed up. I really do like a variety. Oh yes, Ian, he knows about Malignant Altar.
Hey Ian, we'll check them out, definitely.
Yeah,
sure.
They were supposed to be playing Maryland Death Fest this weekend, but
R.I.P. Maryland Death Fest next year.
Next year. So speaking of other are there any other festivals that you guys like to go to?
I mean, it's been a while since I've been to one. Usually the ones that I go to, we're usually playing or something. But I mean, the ones that I like the ones that like Obscene Fest, that festival that Kirby does over in the Czech Republic. I've never been to like Wacken or Hellfest or anything that large. It's always been more of the kind of, that type of size, Obscene or like the Death Feast over in Europe and stuff like that. But those are the ones I like, man. Just to kind of like and that's kind of truth be told, that's kind of what the FTA thing is. Kind of like the kind of Kirby's got that whole freak friendly atmosphere going, and it's kind of a crazy atmosphere. He does a really good job, so it's like that. Only the FTA is better in the sense that we got BYOB. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's no more $8 beers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And since I don't drink alcohol, but I am a VIP, I get all the free Liquid Death I want.
There you go. All the free Liquid Death.
I gotta load some of those in my car on the way back though. You gotta give me a couple cases to go.
I'll give you. We'll throw you a few cases of it.
Awesome. I love it.
So some fests that I like going to, like at Reggie's Legions of Metal, it's ran by this dude named Bob Burns. He's really cool. I'm pretty sure his last name is Burns, but his name's Bob. He's pretty cool. Like he's like the dude who like literally like knows all those like 80s bands that were like under a rock, that only like a few like super cult bands that like will fill like a 500 cap venue, and it's like all the true heavy metal bands go, you know, and it's pretty fun there. That got postponed this year. I like Leyendas del Rock in Spain, and I also like Resurrection Fest. They have a lot of like, I don't know, I like that fest. It has like a nice range of different genres of metal thrown on there.
So have you looked at Mexico Metal Fest in Monterrey?
Oh, I've not been to that, but I've been to Hell in Heaven Fest or Heaven and Hell Fest. Hell in Heaven.
That's in Mexico City, right?
Yeah, that's in Mexico City. It was fun. Didn't like it because people were pissing in cups and were throwing it.
Oh.
But other than that, it was pretty fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I saw at Mexico Metal Fest, they have the VIP section is like the first 50 yards, and then they have a gate separating everybody else. So the lower rent people, if they piss in a cup and throw it, they're just gonna hit the VIP people.
Yeah, I don't understand that. You know, I think they did the same thing at when they had the last Chicago open air. They did that same type of move where they didn't want to get out of the crowd. I mean, I don't even know why you would even do that, to be honest with you.
To like close off the front part to VIPs?
Yeah, you know, I mean, the way they had it before at the Chicago open air, they had it off to the side, which was okay. You know, it was like stage right, you know, kind of a pie shape. But then I think they ended up doing the same thing you're talking about, where like the first, 150 feet from the stage. So if you got general admission seats, you're so far back. And then it was so undersold. There was so people started getting, probably, just jumping it, and I don't know. I don't. That would never happen at FTA. Never.
Right on.
Another good fest, 70,000 tons of metal. If you've never done it, I recommend you doing it once. You get to be in your room, and then.
Yeah, I was gonna go this year, but they took way too long to announce that anything was happening. And then Power Trip announced. I know Power Trip you've had at FTA. Yeah. They're a Dallas band. They've put on a show the past couple of years in Dallas. And it was the same weekend as FTA. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go to Dallas and go to their show instead of spend thousands of dollars to go on a cruise ship, Yeah. And 70,000 tons are cool. They told me they would give me press credentials. I would just have to still buy the cabin.
Yeah.
Because that's another company. That's the cruise line.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's fun. It's really cool. That Power Trip Fest looks really cool too. I like it because they have they have a mixed lineup. They have some like dark wave stuff, which is I mean, I'm wearing a Joy Division shirt, so I'm into that kind of cool like dark wave stuff. So
yeah, who was it that there was? I guess they were kind of a dark wave band that played. Widowmaker, maybe is the name.
Don't remember.
Maybe that's not.
I don't remember who it was, but like they had like I can't remember who it was, but I was like, oh shit, they're on this, and like I was like pretty excited.
Graveyard. I don't know.
Don't remember.
Maybe either they were cool. Torch were there. They were awesome. They were a band that I've been wanting to see for a long time that I hadn't gotten to see. Violence, who I saw at FTA last year, were there, and Kevin was hanging out and taking pictures with fans and stuff, being the cool guy.
Yeah.
The guy's got a new lease on life, and it's awesome. He's taking advantage of it. Just like what's his name from Possessed? Like those guys.
I can't remember his name.
I think it's Tony, maybe.
Don't remember his name.
Yeah, but that's a band. That would be a great band to have at FTA.
I think last year when when the Soulfly guys were going out, Possessed I think was initially going to be not really necessarily support, but
Jeff
like
Becerra. Thank you, Ian. Jeff
There you
Becerra.
go.
Yeah.
I think they were on the as a possibility of being on that tour, but it fell through. But I'm sure one day we'll get them. It's hard. It's hard every year to try to get to get a better lineup than the year before and try to stay within a certain budget.
Right.
Like me and Azalee will talk, but and some other people too. But it's like one wrong move and it's over.
Right.
One wrong move and I'm eating ramen noodles and macaroni and cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Like I couldn't believe you had Grave last year.
Dude,
that was crazy.
Props to them. They literally flew in, drove in, got on stage, hung out for a bit, and went back home. Like
to Sweden.
They came in like a 24-hour drive-by just to make people smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was brutal. That was a brutal one on me, truth be told, because when I booked those guys, we had to go through the whole visa process, which was fairly simple. But then he came back and they had brought up that they wanted to do that show, and I said, "Man, there's no way. There's no way that this is going to work, dude."
Town Death Fest, right?
Yeah, I mean somewhere in Copenhagen. The day before, and I said, because I tried to explain to him that not to do it because, it's not like flying into Chicago where the venue's pretty close or whatever. There's not really too many things that can go wrong, but one wrong move, you got to catch a ferry, and if you're late, the ferry's closed, and you got to go 3 hours out of your way. And I told him, I said, man, I prefer you not do it, and he had already booked it, and sure as shit, the fucking plane was delayed, and as if I don't have enough going on, then I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get them because my shuttle guy's there, and you've been to FTA. The phone signal is lacking in spots.
None. There's absolutely no phone signal.
There's no the internet
connection
is sketchy.
There is ask a lifer. They'll give you the tricks.
Yeah, they'll give you the tricks. It was and then they ended up being late. You know what I mean? They ended up being what time they get there for crying out, like 2 o'clock in the morning. That was probably the biggest headache in all 5 years, to be honest with you, for me.
And I wanted to support them. I wanted to buy some merch, but they just had one little suitcase.
Yeah.
And they didn't have. I'm a bigger guy. They didn't have anything that would fit me.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I just, in my personal opinion, I would have never done that. I would have never booked a show in the, flying to Europe to play a festival. And they were, they were a headlining act. They wouldn't like they were playing, like through the day or whatever. They were my headliner that night. And that was a big deal for me. I've been trying to get those guys. So yeah, in the end, it all worked out, I guess, for okay, but not really how I wanted it to. But whatever.
Well, along the lines of death, a couple of Swedish death metal bands on my Mount Rushmore are Dismember and Entombed AD.
I've been wanting Dismember at FTA. Just saying, I'm hoping.
Both of those bands are playing. Well, I say Entombed, not Entombed AD, but Entombed AD are basically what you can get now. Both of those bands are playing the Mexico Metal Fest, and it would be. I mean, maybe not this year, but maybe in the future.
The Entombed guys, they were going to be doing that tour with I forget who that was.
They were touring with Amorphous and Nervosa, Nervosa just went through a crazy lineup change.
And I looked at that, and I actually was thinking about trying to reach out and see because I think they were starting in New York, and I think they were starting on a Saturday or a Friday. So I was actually going to try to reach out to those guys to see if they would play FTA on Thursday, but now it's impossible.
They canceled that whole tour.
Yeah. Man, I mean, I love that band as well, Entombed AD. I'd like to get them there. A band like that, even when they're coming over here on our tour like that, that would have been a great score. But
So that's one thing. One thing I noticed that you do is you pick some tours that are in the general area to get them to stop by the festival on their tour.
Some years it works out to where there's some packages that are coming through, and then some years it doesn't. I think FTA. Trying to think. I think FTA 2. There was the Shining tour was going on at that time. But,
not Behemoth, Belphegor.
Yeah,
Belphegor.
that was going on. But, I mean, we always try. There's always seems to be something kind of coming through. We always kind of try to latch on to, you know what I mean, and then try to build around that, or like this year with the Exodus and Guar, try to get that and build around that. So it's it's just kind of the luck of the draw. What's out there and what's available. It being in September, there's not a lot of tours sometimes in that time frame. It's usually seems like it's always in October or November people are going out. September. Yeah, people are coming back from Europe or whatever. So, but we always seem to luck out, man. We always seem to throw something together. And I think over time, when the word gets out and FTA is a little bit more of a, on the map a little bit more, and it's in everybody's mind, maybe they might start thinking we can schedule this tour around this time and maybe jump on FTA or coordinate. But we're still the new kids on the block. You know what I mean? Only 5 years deep.
Right, and I mean, what you guys are building, I think, is great. It's great for the. It's getting too much light in here. The light is shifting. Anyway, what you guys are building is great, and it's part of a bigger scene. And I'm glad that I got hip to it last year. I'm sorry I wasn't there before, but I'm glad I'm there now. It's like better late than never, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it takes time, man. I mean, I think if you go back and look at any festival that succeeded, it takes 5, 6, 8 years or whatever, and then it starts kind of taking off, and the word of mouth gets out there, and
I mean, talk about Wacken. Like, they literally started with just local German bands, but I mean, before it was like Ed Guy and Halloween and Blind Guardian and shit.
Yeah, I mean, and really, in all honesty, the social media thing's great, the Facebook and Instagram, but I think that the organic kind of growth with the word of mouth of people talking about it and spreading that way, because then you've got some serious hardcore fans that are going to be there year after year and stuff. But it takes time. I remember when I first started going to I mean, you always lived in Texas?
Yep.
So I remember when I was early on in my first band, we used to go to Milwaukee Metal Fest every year, but we didn't start going. The first year that I went, they had Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, Cancer, and it was at the Mecca. And then looking back at it, that was like Milwaukee Metal Fest number 6, I think, 5 or 6. You know what I mean? And it was, by no means it wasn't packed, But then we started going every single year, and then it moved over to the Eagles Ballroom, and next thing you know, they had freaking Slayer and Sodom and all these bands, and then by Milwaukee Metal Fest 10, 11, 12. I mean, it was huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just it takes time, and that was back when there was just zines and word of mouth. That was it. So I think I think it'll grow over time. I think the word's getting out there, and people like yourself talking about it, getting the word out there is it's going to take a little bit of time. It's just we can't afford the 5 big Testament Carcass in Sodom and all those. I'd love to have it, but we just can't do it right now.
Yeah.
Right. You have to work within your means. I understand that.
Plus, I mean, we're always gonna have like the smaller bands too, because I feel like how you guys are saying, like, that's how we grow the scene. But it's like, it's just cool because, I mean, the smaller bands from today, they're going to be the bigger bands later, and we're going to do our best to treat everyone that comes through well, so they're going to remember us fondly, and they're going to go spread that word.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, there's always going to be an element of the underground bands playing. You know what I mean? Up and comers, or like I said, the bands that are out there making it, just playing in front of 10 people on a Saturday night because they love to play or whatever. They maybe they submit 7 years in a row, but they finally get to play or something like that. It's not that we're trying to overlook anybody. It's just, there's only a certain amount of slots every year we can fill. So as it gets bigger, we could maybe add more stages and stuff. You know what I mean? But got to kind of take it year to year.
So I'm gonna pull up, if you want to get tickets, you can go to fullterrorassault.com,
Mm-hmm.
and it leads you to the Eventbrite page.
Yep.
And so your pass options, still hardcore 2-day pass for the 11th and 12th, $79.99 plus $639. That's awesome. 3-day panic pass, 4-day terror pass is I say what you really need.
Yeah,
you need that.
I agree.
Because you don't want to miss anything. So it's $100 plus $7.59 fee, which is a $7.59 fee is nothing compared to like what Ticketmaster and shit do.
I mean, that's one beer at the House of Blues, for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Pretty much, right.
And that's not even a tall boy.
And so your vehicle pass is $20. That's like your parking pass.
Yeah,
but you can park at your campsite.
Yeah, you can park right at your campsite. You got all your stuff right there. There's free parking if you want to take advantage of that, but then you got to hike everything in. It's
not worth it. Like I'd buy something and go put it straight in my car.
Yeah, it's like exactly.
So no need for a locker. You just park your car there. Yeah, and if you have a camper or a trailer, it's a little bit more. Same with an RV. And then you can so the golf cart, you have the golf carts, right?
Yeah. Well, we
no, it doesn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we rent those. We rent those from a facility. We're not really involved in I'm kind of the facilitator. I kind of, I kind of the middleman. I don't get anything out of it other than, the people get a golf cart. They deal directly with the people with the, that have them. I just get them there. And then
there's promo codes. If people want to save a little bit of money, they have to know the secret promo codes, I guess.
Yeah, well,
we don't have to give them out.
If they want to get promo codes, they should go sign up for our email. Make sure they keep up with our social media, because sometimes when we feel like throwing something out there, we might just send an email and have a promo code up for an hour, and see what happens. So make sure you guys keep an eye out on our socials and our email. And
Tommy was like, RIP site and VIP is where it's at. So the ultimate VIP, I guess you're sold out of?
I think there might be a few left, but it's real close. I think we just sold another couple the other day, but I gotta check the count. But I think we're real close. The RIP sites are sold out. The TPs are sold out.
What was the RIP?
That's what the RIP, the Rotten Peace sites. So what that is that we have a 8-man tent that we set up for you. That's for the people that are actually traveling. They don't want to bring, if it was me, that's what I'd do. Cause like I said before, I'm just lazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you show up and your tent's set up. You got a picnic table. You got your own grill. We got air mattresses set up. You're right there next to the, you can basically 20 feet from the merch area, 30 feet from there, and you're about maybe 50 feet from the failure stage, so you're right there in the main festival area where no one else can camp. So you're the only people that really can camp in that area, other than maybe some crew people. But so those are actually sold out. And then the ultimate VIPs, I think there might be a couple left, but those are pretty much going to be sold out pretty quick. And then we still have the e-camps where if you want electricity, whether if you want to charge something, or maybe you want to plug in a stereo or whatever you want to do, there's those electric sites are available. They have fresh water. We got electricity for RVs, 30 amp service, all that stuff. It's you've seen the campgrounds. The campgrounds are amazing down there. You know what I mean? They're just it's really it's the way that it's well kept, and it's right there in a national forest area and stuff. It's it's a beautiful area. So
I was just amazed at night. On a clear night, you could see all the stars. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen this many stars in my life.
And there's a lot of people that talk about, oh man, there's no, I ain't going. They don't have phone signals, and but I really think that I think that's really the part that makes everything so So everybody's
Intimate.
you're forced to talk to one another. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Everybody can't be on their phones all day and
Right.
checking their posts for a like or whatever. Everybody's got to hang out, and you can't really, if you want to get a signal, like she, Azalee said, you gotta try to find that sweet spot around the campground. They're out there, but you can get internet, but it's how
But
bad
you have to
want
like
to
do
get
the
internet.
hokey pokey. You have to stand on one leg and put your left foot up. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean, but
But
honestly, like no
think
one
that's
wants
the thing.
to.
I think that's the thing, that makes it kind of cool is that, there isn't, you got to you're forced to talk to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have the electronic devices with you at all time.
Grandpa Joey says it's like the old school days.
That's funny. That's funny. No, it's true. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. It's a great time. I'm looking forward to it. When this was all going down, when this whole COVID thing was starting to go down, I was a little worried. Like, how is this going to happen? But now, I mean, as long as people are safe, I think people are starting to realize what they should and shouldn't do. The mosh pits are going to be a little bit different. It's going to be hard to keep social distance.
Yeah,
but,
I didn't have a chance to read it, but there was an article on Facebook about the future, how it's going to look. I mean, really, in all honesty, like I said, I think for the most part, FTA is going to continue as is, man. We're not going to, I think, like I said, if you want to social distance, there's plenty of room out there to social distance. You know what I mean? But as far as making all these crazy ass rules where you can't freaking mosh pit and you got to stay, it ain't gonna happen. If you're not down with it, you're worried about it. My suggestion would be you probably need to not come then. You know what I mean? That's my advice.
I guarantee plenty of free high fives and hugs to whoever wants them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think at this point, I think everybody's kind of, I think common sense is going to rule more than anything, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, we just have to adhere to the local municipality guidelines and stay as safe as possible. And I mean, that's what we're going to do. But honestly, it does come down to common sense. If you're going to be an idiot, like it's not like just don't come. Don't be a fucking idiot. Be chill. Fucking stay safe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be that. Yeah. It's just not going to be I don't want to get into it too much, but like I say, as far as I think some of these things are getting way, way overblown. You know what I mean? I don't disagree with some of the things that if you've got some conditions or whatever, but like I said, people are smart, man. If you think you don't need to be there or whatever, then that's fine, man. That's cool, So other than that,
don't
we'll
be
see you in
that asshole.
September. We're gonna, keep on keeping on, man. So.
Yeah. And if you're sick, just don't be that fucking asshole. Fucking stay your ass home. Come on. Like, don't ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, and that's like I said, getting back before, the group that we have down there, to be honest with you, I'm really not too overly concerned with with what goes on. I think there's a problem. Certain people will address it, before it even gets out of control. I really think that I think it'll be just fine. You know what I mean? I really think it'll be just fine. I think, that, like I say, we've got the luxury of we're outside, you know what I mean? So if I was in a bar or something like that, it might be a little bit different story, but we're outside, you know what I mean? If you don't want, if you're worried about certain things, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna.
I mean, I have masks just to keep myself from getting sunburn.
Right. It's like if you're down there, it can be dusty. And like when I'm at a festival, if I work a festival, I always have a mask with me because dust and just grossness. And I mean, if I go down there, I'm gonna wear a mask because I don't want to get other people sick in case.
When I went to Waco last year, they gave us all face masks, not because there was any worry about anyone getting sick, but just because sometimes it does get dusty.
It gets dusty, it can get gross.
Whatever. Like I said, people are smart, man. They'll take care of what they think they want to do, and
that's what you need to sell. You need to sell official FTA face masks.
No, man, I'm not going to get on that train either, man. I think that's being done way too much. You know what I'm saying? But
I'll convince them. I think the fans might want those.
Maybe you could make some on your big cartel site.
Hey.
Yeah, at first, it was brought. Somebody said that to me, a good friend of mine actually. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll look into that. But then when I did look into it, I was like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Why would I even want to be no, forget
We
it.
should make some that say full terror ass on them.
Yeah,
Full tear ass. It's cool. It'll be fun. Maybe somebody will. Maybe somebody will make some bootleg full tear face masks.
I mean, if you want to make a bootleg full terror, I mean, more power to you.
Unofficial merch,
That one,
guys.
that one right there.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Make them.
That's why he likes me. I hustle, right?
So
I'm all about hustlers.
So Kevin, here we go. Your friend Kevin.
You can always count on him.
Kevin, I don't know if you saw, but that same picture, I got that on my skate deck here. So you're represented.
What was his question? Because he's always got some good.
He said, "Will any type of PPE be handed out for the attendees that might be suffering with chlamydia?"
Yeah,
personal protection.
We'll have a penicillin tent up and going.
Don't be silly. Wrap your willy. Come on.
So you do have a merch area, and there were some cool people selling some cool stuff last year. Are those booths sold out, or is there still spots available?
No, there's plenty of spots.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people might have been just kind of hanging back. I mean, if you look back in the last 8 weeks, a lot of people probably still think it probably isn't going to happen. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
it's happening.
Danny says you can get in the pit in a full hazmat suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see that, and then you'll probably get a heat stroke.
Yeah, we posted a picture one day. Those people in the what are the knocker balls or whatever, where you get inside.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
But,
that's what we're gonna do, so people can social distance. Everyone, we're gonna do a $5 upcharge at the door, and you're gonna get your own little bubble.
Well, I mean, there are people that bring their inflatables. They save up all year and buy them throughout the year just to bring to FTA.
Yep, it's pretty cool. We've seen really weird ones. We've seen sharks. We've seen, I don't know, random ass shit. Bananas, guitars.
Shark. Yeah, it was cool last year during Soulfly, the end of their set, and everybody had the inflatables and they were dancing around. It was a lot of fun. It was really a good time. So I really enjoyed it. It was a great way to end the festival. Yeah. And then I got in my car and left back to Texas right away.
You drove home right after? Oh, you didn't spend the night that night?
No, I drove straight home.
Wow.
I stopped in Missouri for like a 2-hour nap.
Wow.
What a trooper.
And then I got home because I was going to try to make the the Slipknot Knot Fest. It was in Houston on Sunday night. It was on Sunday, and I was going to try to go, but like I got home and I was like, no, I'm just going to sleep.
Dead.
It was too much.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's going to be. I think they might have canceled the Knot Fest already. I'm not sure. But I really wanted.
I'm pretty sure that almost everything is getting canceled. I mean, have you heard anything about Lollapalooza up there in Chicago?
So Lollapalooza is supposed to announce and figure stuff out at the end of May. Yeah. So sometime end of May, beginning of June. So sometime soon. I doubt that that's going to happen since large events are going to be phase 5. I'm hoping that the municipality down there does us a solid because they're trying to keep it down to 50. But I mean, we'll see.
I think that's probably going to be canceled fairly quick, to be honest with you. I could be wrong, but like I say, we're in a different situation where we're at. So.
Yeah. Not in Chicago, and still 4 months away. So, I mean, things just fucking stay home. Don't be fucking assholes. Do the shit you're supposed to be doing. Social distance so that come September we can fucking party.
Yeah, I gotta, I think that my whole thing is that, I guess, like I said before, I think that if people want to go out, they can go out. If you feel like you got a situation where you're a little bit more worried about, then don't go out. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, people were smart, man. I think that having all this information for the last freaking 2 months going on, you don't even know, one day it's okay to wear a mask. The next day it says it doesn't do you any good. So for me, like I say, I think people people will weed through all the BS and they'll figure it out. People are smart, and they're not. I don't think too many people are going to be putting up with being forced to stay home and not do anything too much longer. To be honest with you.
Well, I know. Les in South Dakota has already announced that South Dakota Slime Fest is going to happen. I know Toxic Ruin is playing that, so I might actually go to South Dakota. I'll have all these.
No one ever. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I've never been there, and I'd love to see Toxic Ruin again. And South Dakota sounds a little more exciting to me than Sheboygan.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, it's getting to the point here. I've only got a few more minutes left.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point, I think, that we're, when we were talking, me and Azalee, is like, we're far enough away, but still close enough that we're, people are going to have to make a decision here real quick. We're moving forward, obviously, but people are going to, it's for us. It's like, I think everybody's going to be waiting till the last three. I think everybody's still kind of like on the fence. Is it really going to happen? Because I see the posts all the time. Oh, is this really going to still happen? Seriously, Is it really happen? You know what I mean? So I think everybody's probably going to hold out till the last minute, which I hope they don't. Because like I say, we're an independent event. We're moving forward regardless, unless something crazy happens. But it's starting to become to the point right now where it's getting real and getting, it's going to be real stressful for the last 3 months here. What's going to happen? Because a lot of things are going to happen real quick. So I guess anybody who's out there, I would say the festival's still happening. We're not gonna shut it down unless something crazy happens. So, if you buy tickets, and if it doesn't happen, it's postponed. Whatever, you're not gonna lose your money. Your money's still gonna be refunded. Whatever, we're not gonna rip anybody off. So, buy with confidence that it's either gonna be maybe, it's going to happen, or if it doesn't happen, there'll be it had to be a really good reason for it not to happen. I can tell you that right now. So, like I said, we're moving forward.
Well, I mean, like you said, it's an independent event. It's on private property.
Yeah.
And the property owner is in good standing with the municipality. So I don't see any reason why it wouldn't happen unless something crazy happened.
In Illinois here, they just shot down, I don't want to get into any type of political thing at all, because it's not really my interest, but I think in the next month, I think even things are going to be a little bit more looser than what they are right now. I think it's headed that way. People are starting to really get frustrated here, just, as everywhere else,
Peter mentioned earlier, he came from Belgium last year and he loved it. And now he's saying his flights are canceled for September to the US from Belgium.
Yeah. And that goes back to the whole general surgery comment that I made earlier. You know what I mean? So, I think there's some people in Canada, there's somebody that can't make it for some travel restrictions and stuff. And I'm already in the process of refunding their money, and they had an RIP side as well. We're not going to rip anybody off. If you buy a ticket and it doesn't happen, or your flights are canceled or whatever, and you can't make it because you're in Canada and you can't come down to, your money will be refunded. You know what I mean?
If those RIP sites or TPs become available, will you let me know?
Yeah, I'll hit you up. Matter of fact, I think there might be one, because like I said, there's a person from Canada that can't make it now because they don't know if they'll be able to cross into the US. So, if it comes available, no problem. I'll hook you up.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I appreciate you guys taking the time. I appreciate you guys being super cool with me and helping me out with everything last year. My video from last year's Full Terror Assault is the most watched video on this YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
So, and that's not bullshit. If you look at the numbers, the most viewed, number one, FTA 2019, FTA 5. So
that's awesome. I might have to steal a little footage from there, because all of my footage from last year, unfortunately, my external capoted. So
that's terrible.
Hey, maybe what we can do, Rob, maybe in another, what is this? This is almost June. Maybe, after maybe late July, we can do another one of these and we'll do some updates or whatever and see where we're at. Would you be down for something like that?
Absolutely. Positively.
Okay. Yeah. Or maybe like late July when we have a better handle on, by that time, everything will be, with the lineup and, maybe we can, if people are on the fence, we can convince them to come out,
Maybe you can meet me in South Dakota.
No.
You're like, no.
Dude, I'm so busy, man. I got a day job too, so.
Every band, there's tons of people that were in bands watching this and that will be watching it later. If you're scheduled to play FTA, I would love to have you on here and talk to you. Last year, like one of my second or third most watched videos was an interview I did with Poolside at the Flamingo. They came and played in Houston before they played at FTA. And so I got to interview them and I became friends with those guys. Those dudes are super cool. They made a movie that you can see on Amazon Prime called She Walks the Woods. They have their podcast is actually really big. It's called the Classic Cult Horror Podcast.
Wow.
So the band Poolside at the Flamingo is like a side project.
Yeah.
That's pretty tight. I did not know this. I'm going to I should know this, right? I should check out their podcast. I'm a podcaster listener, especially
right on. Right on. But yeah, you can if you know how to download YouTube videos, it's kind of illegal to do it. But yeah, feel free. Just give me some credit. It's cool.
For sure. I'm gonna make a little list of everybody because it's gonna be a crowdsourced video. Thank you everyone who's sent me footage. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
it'll be out at some point.
Right on. And so you guys are on Twitter. You had to change your Twitter, so it's FTA_
open air.
Open air. Okay.
Yeah.
And the Instagrams and
all the social media, man.
Yeah, all the social media. All the social media.
Yeah.
I'm at Most Epic Show on Twitter, at the Most Epic Adventures on Instagram.
Right on.
You guys are super cool, and you guys will let me talk to you. You guys are cool with me at the event. But to be able to do this kind of thing with bigger events, I really need help. So if you guys can help me, I've got tons of YouTube subscribers, but
sure,
it's one of those things. It's one of those things.
Follow this guy for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So. I'm sure if I'm more than happy to pass any press stuff over to anybody, if any press requests and stuff. We are trying to get more press at the fest. Obviously, you're welcome to come do some press at the fest and stuff. I'll give you.
Yeah. So last year, I was like, "Hey man, can I be official press? Can I be official press?" But it didn't even really matter. It didn't even matter that I didn't have the wristband because as a VIP, I was able to go behind the stage and on the stage, and even if I wasn't VIP, it's still pretty laid back.
Yeah.
So there was nobody saying don't shoot.
Exactly. So, the bands are usually pretty chill about it. If we see that it's kind of getting out of hand or something, I like to keep it to if there's any flash and stuff, I could try to keep it to 3 song minimum because it's just the standard and I want people to enjoy it.
Right.
But other than that, unless there's a specific request from a band not to have any press or any photo or footage, then
I took photos of every single band last year.
Yeah, no one had
every single band.
The only request I think we've ever had has been from Overkill, just a clear stage, I think, and I think Sepultura. I mean, not Sepultura. Soulfly had a clear stage thing, but then Max Cavalera was like, "Yo,
come on up, yeah,
on stage."
Yeah.
So that's everyone's. I mean, everyone's really cool. Even the people that are on the side stage and stuff, they're really respectful when we're like, "Hey, you guys can't be here for this set." Everyone's chill.
Excellent. Yep. Well, I look forward to it. It's going to be a good time, and just let me know when you want to come back on. Any of the bands that are playing want to come on and talk about the event. That would be awesome. I've already made a playlist for FTA 6 2020, so this is going on there, and everything else I have on there.
I really appreciate your support, man. It means a lot. We're an indie fest, so any press that we can get, any support, it's greatly appreciated.
I need to do something like this in Texas. There needs to be something like this in Texas.
Yeah.
Y'all just can come up. It's fine.
Okay.
Y'all just
Well, I mean, not
come up.
in competition. I mean,
No,
maybe.
but I'm just saying, y'all can just come up. It'll be a big old Texas. We'll make a little like section, the Texas section, and y'all can
Texas
just
section. All right.
go down.
All right. Cool. Well, I'll let you guys
Well,
go.
man, I appreciate it, man. It's good to talk to you.
Thank you
And,
so
Thanks,
much.
guys.
let's try to do an update maybe in July, and we'll do it again. Okay.
Yeah, when you have more bands announced, we can go
Sure.
over it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have some information on bands, and then maybe we'll announce the Wednesday festivities, and then also my
Well, Benjamin Earl will be handing out free Malort to everyone.
there you go.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna lose you here real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
I got about 2% power left.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'll let you go, man.
Okay. Hey, thanks. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya, Azalee. Thanks.
Bye.
Sure. All right, guys. That was Azalee and Joey B. They run Full Terror Assault Open Air in Cave in Rock, Illinois, September 9th through 12th, 2020. It will happen. It's going to be a great time. So thank you so much. And Tony says he's been inviting Texas every year. He have lots of friends and bands down there. Yeah, man. Well, I'm trying to bring them. So we'll hopefully have it all. Bring a big Texas contingent and show everybody how it works out. So again, Most Epic Show on Twitter, the Most Epic Adventures on Facebook and Instagram, and youtube.com/RobZip. Thanks for watching. We'll have Joey back on and maybe Azalee for some updates. And again, if you are Tommy says, come by RP and have a drink. Well, I don't drink, but I'll hang out. So I'll have some liquid death. How about that? Thanks so much. I'll give high fives and hugs to everybody that's not sick. I probably will be wearing a mask, but again, just so I don't get sunburned. I got sunburned pretty bad last year. I actually got a stupid straw hat to wear this year. So cool. And Kevin's got some new facial stickers. Rock on. All right, guys. I got to get going. Thanks so much for watching. This has been the Most Epic interview on the Most Epic Adventures with Rob Zip. Until next time, stay epic.